room. Today I am painting this dragon head. We need to get some, I don't really know what I'm doing. So we're just going to go and see how it goes. Wish me luck. To start with, I'm going to be using this folk art matte in French vanilla as the base kind of like bone color. It's sometimes, whatever coat I put on first ends up getting just painted over in some other, well, that's nice and dummy thick. But sometimes whatever paint that I'm using, I'll end up just painting over. But sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do with a piece until I just start getting paint on it, So hopefully we'll be able to see. Let me see if I can get this to load. Hey Randy, how did you find my video last time? Can I hand you my tablet? Thank you, baby. But yeah, using this matte French vanilla and a relatively stiff bristled brush because it's what's in my hand, really. I hope this is a good decision. And also, I super duper need to test something. So as we kind of scrub this paint into all the little nooks and crannies, this layer's sort of my primer layer. It is, thank you, baby. But you can see it has a little bit more of like a yellow tinge to it. But I'm also going to be coming through with some, I lost it, rubbing alcohol because, well, hey Kendra, how's it going? She says, hello, love you singing while you work. I do the same sometimes. Right on. What kind of work do you do? Are you a crafter as well? And then I'm just going to kind of burnish off the surface. That's funny, babe. Because all of these lines here are glow clay that we've set into the sculpture. And I want to make sure. Hey babe, can I borrow that flashlight? I want to make sure that the glow still cuts through. So yeah, that's how it looks when it's glowing, like fluorescing. And then you can't see because it's daytime, but it does glow in the dark as well as fluoresce. So yeah, I'm going to keep layering this on here with the paint. Well, hey, Goofy, how's it going? How are you doing today? And so I'm going to hope that I can come through and clean all of this up once it's dried with the rubbing alcohol, because otherwise my plan is to just, use a Dremel to kind of just sand the paint off whenever it's all said and done. But I just want to get that base layer on there. You mad? Oh, well, thank you. My whole workstation's just wobbly today, but that's alright. I'm set up on a 4-foot folding table, so I'm not expecting like extreme durability with the work surface. Okay, just tap it in there. And if y'all have any questions or anything while you're hanging out in chat, do feel free to ask. But also, there's no pressure. You can just feel free to lurk. I love my lurkers. And if you're here from our main channel, Back to Earth Creations, be sure to let me know. Because we just posted our shop update and giveaway over there. So be sure to leave a comment on our giveaway video, but that's a different channel, so I'm just going to worry about. We've just started this Back to Earth Creations live channel, and this is where we're going to be having all of our live streams. Well, not, this is just going to be live streams. We're still going to be live streaming over on the main channel as well, but, oh, I got to be careful over here. I don't want to be too sloppy here on the transition point between where we sculpted and where the scales are. I may be hooking up my airbrush later to do some details onto this with a nice like neon purple tone. But I find that whenever I've got a nice base layer put down, the airbrush, like a primer layer put down over the freeform air, the airbrush pigments tend to stick a little better. They adhere better. And I have gone through over a lot of these in the eyes and stuff with latex that I'll be peeling off after everything's all said and done. Getting that paint into the cracks. So yeah, I'm not minding a bit whenever I get some paint on the eye because it's already got latex on it. Hey, Christina! Ooh! Hope you guys are doing well today. Randy, Yvonne, for babies, and happy crafters. Oh, Christina. It's a pretty good day. I'm a little stressed because Dragon Con is coming. You know how we are. But everything's going truly just as well as it can. So we're just going to keep on keeping on and hope that that we can get as much made and done as what we possibly can. I did finish another dragon head last night. We finished up 2019. You'd recognize it from in the booth. It was the one that had like just the fiery one with like the one big eye. And now it's got 5 eyes. And I'm really, really pleased with how it's come out. But that one's like done. I've varnished it and everything. So it feels really, really good to have another thing in the completed pile. So if I go out of line, that's okay. Because I'm going to be adding in some like antiquing and stuff on this as well. I just don't want to be too messy if I can help it. Christina says it may pay off and may it go smoothly. I saw it. It was gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Christina. Hey, Lydia. How's it going? These dragons can't wait for your Dragon Con reports. Oh, I hope it goes really well. I hope we get there safe. I hope we get the van unloaded and the booth set up without any complications or injuries. I hope Not to sound dramatic, I hope none of our friends get mugged this year. That'd be cool. No car accidents would be nice too. And then I hope it's I'm just excited. Once we get past all those things, I know we're going to have a blast because it's Dragon Con. Yeah, here you can kind of see it's really changing the undertone on this. I hope I don't regret what I'm doing. Cackling intensifies. Yeah, not gonna lie, airbrushing is way freaking faster, but I gotta touch it with the bristles first. Really, really glad that I latexed that, because then I can just paint right over it. Woo, elk, yes, that'd be cool. Oh, well, thank you, Lydia. Well, hey, Elliot, how are you doing today? And I'm just painting on. Oops. Sorry, this paintbrush is a very long stem, and I keep whacking stuff with it. I guess I'm all choked up on it, and I don't need to be, but... But yeah, the airbrush pigments will stick so much better whenever we do have this base layer. Especially, that's another reason why I went with a matte acrylic on this base layer, is to give it a nice primer. Oh, really? Dom T says I've always had success using a yellow primer. Really? Oh, that's so good to hear. This is... I feel like such a beginner still at a lot of these things, because so much of it is just I'm building on things that I've done before, but I'm always sneaking in some new stuff that just enough to keep me nervous about, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's stay tuned and find out. But I thought it would really pop with, I'm going to be doing some like purple elements and stuff. And then the next layer that I'm doing will be kind of dry brushing this antique parchment tone that has a little bit of shine to it, which I thought would add some dimension and also kind of tone down this yellow of the French vanilla matte. Or it won't. We'll see. Oh, well, thank you, Lydia. I hope you do a dragon with the goat or deal style horns again. Oh, Christy, let me show you what we've been working on. Let me set that down. Loud noises real quick, y'all. So we've got this one as a work in progress with ram and deer horns, and just because we can. So there you can kind of see how the eye glows. The eyes glow, the horns glow, like all down the back there. And then we've got this one that's a work in progress with, again, more of those glowing horns that we did in resin. And the eye glows a bit. It's hard to tell in our current lighting. And then this is, I love this one so much. This is the one we finished last night. And you can see, absolutely, it looks, the camera doesn't do as good of a job of catching it, but the eye on the forehead, I swear, it looks like it's following me. And then we've got the fluorescing eyes here on the side, like the whole thing fluoresces, which I'm super duper into. And then this is the back side of Steam. Please pardon the fully naked mannequin. We're nudists around here. Do what, babe? That's just how we roll. But yeah, this is the front of Steam. which still might be my favorite. Oh my goodness, though. And then that's the back, which you can see fluoresces as well of reignited. So that's what we've got going on so far. So this one's still very, very much just a work in progress, but I know we'll get there. We just have to keep going. Christine says the extra scales and nubs make them up. So I wanted a more stable mounting mechanism. Like I wanted it to be more stable whenever I wear it on my head. And so we've made a little bit more of like a helmet, and then these straps come around to the sides. And then a person can always add more straps and stuff to it whenever, if we're lucky enough to sell any of these at Dragon Con and they go off to their new homes, there you can do an under chin strap as well. Ooh. But yeah, that gives me so much hope. The Dom T coming in and saying that they've had a lot of success with yellow undercoats, like yellow primers. That because I felt nervous. I was like, this looks, not gonna lie, this kind of looks a little terrible right now, but you have to trust the process. Now, the part that I do get concerned about is whenever I'm getting paint where there's not supposed to be paint. But well, touch-ups have a time and a place. They're all awesome. They remind me of the slut dragons from Rick and Morty. My dragons remind him of the slut dragons from Rick and Morty. I haven't been using any specific reference images on these, but I did like the slut dragons, and there's no telling how that might have affected my subconscious. Yeah, I'm still getting paint on me if I touch the nose. So I'm just going to keep going around. I really need to be better about painting the difficult to reach places first. That way I still have like where I can pick it up and paint it. So before I go any further... Oh no. I've made a mess. Oh, there's chemicals on it. And I just stuck it in my mouth. Okay. So let me get the paint off of these scales where my paintbrush just splattered. I love working myself into tight, cramped corners. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, that's a pleasant noise, isn't it? Fire breathing must be involved. Did you see what we had posted over on, I started a new TikTok channel for just my flow arts and stuff. It's the Vonster vlog on TikTok. But I had dressed up in the green dragon head and then went outside and spun poi. And we had like the tiki torches lit and stuff. It was really fun. It was my first experiment with spinning poi while dressed as a dragon. But one day I'll get there. I aspire. Trying to stay in frame, y'all. Isn't that how it goes? I'm just painting on here. There we are. So you constructed the spinny head. The glass head we got from Pure One Imports back when that was still a store. And then I've just got her on a Lazy Susan. because it is really helpful to be able to just rotate the piece. And I do like this stiff bristled brush for getting down into all the nooks and crannies and things. It seems to be working out pretty well. Ooh, purple dragon moons. Hey, Mary Hart, how are you doing? On lunch break, found your post, subscribed, and just wants to say happy birthday in person. Oh, thank you so much, Mary Hart. Hey, Saki girl, I'm awake now. Oh, was that the terrible noise? Yeah, I can feel it in my teeth. That's good stuff. I hope I'm not making a poor decision, but we won't know until we know. Nobody knows if this is a good idea. I hope you're having a good day at work, Mary Hart. But yeah, I'm hoping this will give us a really nice toothy primer for the airbrush pigment to grab onto. Through the darkness to the dawn, when I look back, you're gone. I'd like it to be kind of a bone white for the most part, and then purple and black. So for like if I were doing this dragon's makeup, as odd as that sounds, the foundation, I'm caking on the foundation. Like this is a lizard person trying to look human. Caking it on. And then I'm gonna do some highlights with an antique parchment, and then even more highlights with probably just adding more white to that antique parchment. And then I was going to go through and do like her blush and contour with purple and black. Because I may be able to pull up something that I was thinking. Like I've got a picture of a dragon head that I had done from years past that kind of has a little bit going on of what I'm going to try to replicate here in this one. But really, I just kind of go and I want to let it be whatever it's going to be. So I don't want to let my conceptions of what it needs to be get in the way of that, if that makes sense. So I've got ideas, but plans rarely survive first contact with reality. Okay. I can always go through and add some more paint. Hey Randy, if you're not busy, could I ask you to refresh my paintbrush water? Thank you. Bye, Christina. Have a great rest of your day at work. But I have to head back here in a couple of minutes. Glad I caught you live. Say hey to Randy. Stephanie says hi, Randy. Randy says hey, Stephanie. Is it on the box? Thank you. All right. So my friend gave me a box of these expired, like they couldn't use them at work because they had reached their expiration date, so they're no longer medical grade. But they're just these long Q-tips. Oh yeah. It looks like we might be able to get them to do what we want them to do. So yeah, that glow is going to cut right through. Oh, that's fantastic.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Yes, please. Huh. Because it was easier for me to just paint over all the lines, because they had like a bunch of like kind of cruddy and weird um edges to them. Sorry, words are hard. So now we get to come through and yeah, I think I'm gonna wait to divulge all of these until the very end. I don't know. It's so tricky. I never know what the right thing. I'm just gonna scrape with my fingernail because that's working pretty well right now. Oh my gosh, Lydia, have you sent out an email I missed on the get together in Oklahoma? I haven't specifically. We'll be sending out the official email probably after Dragon Con for the get together. But it is at Sequoia State Park in Wagner, Oklahoma. And we're camping in one of the. Ooh, I hate to tell you wrong, and it's been a minute since I've. Yeah, but it's one of the RV, and there's like a couple of different RV areas. So whenever we send out the email, we're gonna have it like circled on the map and stuff. Yeah, we'll go through and tidy all this up to expose it at the end, but I do just want to test my theory. And I don't know which way is going to be better because I'm going to be using the heck out of those Q-tips at this rate. Have a great day at work. Alright, that one already has latex on it, so I don't gotta worry too much. So as we go, I'm just exposing the glow spots. So we've got, that's before, and then that's after we've removed the paint. So it's very important that we remove the paint. Well, I'm hoping that we'll be able to have a camp along that's closer to where you are, Saki girl. So each year we'll be having them in a different location. We stuck a lot closer to home this time because we broke AF. But hopefully, you know, business will pick up and we'll be able to afford to travel. California. Well, but you know, it's something we can save for and see how it goes. Okay, so now you can see, hopefully. Oh, it's barely showing through. Yeah, I don't think these Q-tips are gonna do. I don't know, they might. Because if I had all the time in the world, I wouldn't be so worried about this. But DragonCon is coming closer every day. So I need to like trying to balance the zen of just creating with the TikTok of a time crunch. So yeah, you can see, like, I wanted it to look like the lines are glowing from within the dragon. So pretty pleased with that. Oh, thank you so much for swapping out my water, baby. Our little water baby. It'd be cool if you could design small dragon heads on purple velvet chokers. That would be really cool. Please, that's weird, Lydia. Please don't put me on a pedestal. Like, truly. Like, I've seen y'all's artwork. Y'all good, too. I'm just getting a little bit of... Just want to make sure that this base primer's on all the surfaces. And I just have this, like, worry in my stomach that it's like, I hope I didn't make a bad decision by painting over those lines. But I've been worrying about that. That's why I hadn't painted this. Because we've got, I mean, I think Michelle really likes this one and wants to buy it. So we technically have a buyer lined up. I completely missed blending in. I just slapped some paint on. There we go. Randy, could I ask you for another favor? Could you prep me like 10 more paper towel pads? Slightly yellow base like this can make purples look a little more earthy or muted sometimes. Are you going for a vibrant purple? I don't know yet. I'm probably going to be using a combination of these paints because these are what I used on the scales. But I don't think earthy would be a bad thing. Well, that'll be just fine. Like just where you had them last time is perfect. Sorry, I'm dodging stuff too, babe. Yes, please. Like, I've painted myself into a precarious corner, as I'm sure you can see. And I'm not happy about it either. So please don't sass me about the dragon heads being in the way.
I'm just saying.
What you saying, baby?
It's difficult.
I recognize that it is difficult, and I appreciate you. But I live in this hell too, so... Oh, should I? Oh, well, the chili's in the sink. Microwave it, and then boil some hot dogs. We're eating so good today. We're having frozen leftover chili and hot dogs for breakfast. Oh, I'm putting the wrong lid on them. I've lost my bottle of paint. There it is. It'll come around again. So I'm going to leave those messes for future Yvonne. I keep seeing spots that I didn't paint properly. Like I missed here. Yeah, okay. Good, okay. Da, 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 da. Saki girl, are you in California or Oregon? Why did I think you're in California? I mean, at least I got the general which half of the continent you're on. So it's like I don't want to go directly to you. Oh, Oregon. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I was confused. And remembering wrong. So this has me wondering if it's going to be better for me to just come through with like, yep, a bit of emery board or something. Oh yeah, that works way better. Okay, so now that I've tested, we're just gonna come through with a sanding block whenever this is all said and done, and we will take the paint off the high points. But look at how easy that, so much easier than with the rubbing alcohol trying to burnish the paint off. Fantastic. Oh, that makes me happy. And again, just to demonstrate, that's the little bit of glow coming through. That's close. I'll take it. Okay, cool. Well, now that we have that figured out, I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to move to the antique parchment color. Oh, I really hope so. Like, I'm all nerves about it. So we'll get there. Do I have a chip brush? Nobody knows how the story ends. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Ooh, ah. Da, 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 da. Alright, so we got that stirred up. Let's see if I can get a little bit of paint out. There we are. So yeah, this is a much lighter color, this antique white. So I'm just going to get a little bit on the brush, or antique parchment rather. Like 2 at least, if we have them. Thank you, baby. Oh, well, thank you. Y'all's faith in me gives me faith in me, so thank you guys. Oh, but do you see how, like, all those details from sculpting, whenever we dry brush across them, I am molting. That's okay. When we dry brush across them, it's really going to help bring out all the effort that we put in our sculpting. And I swear, it's like I forget that every single time. I wonder how many, not petals, but brush bristles I'm going to lose. Trying to make sure I'm zoomed out enough that y'all can see what's going on. Hey Anika, how's it going? Just getting, again, a little bit of that pigment onto the brush. And then we're just going to come through and dry brush it around. So, Dom T, are you still here? What kind of work do you do? Like, creatively? Do you paint, like, miniatures, or? I don't know if you can see that there's just brush bristles just flying off like confetti. Sometimes these chip brushes be like that. That's okay. Oh, just stuck my thumb in some paint. I'm doing pretty well, Anika. I'm trying to not be like stressed and frazzled. I'm trying to just be brave and dive headlong into these projects without letting, you know, me be in my own way, if that makes sense. Which sometimes just getting out of my own way is the hardest part. Oh, I've already dislodged some of the latex, which makes me really glad that I didn't take all the time to latex all the spirals, because it likely would have just gotten painted off, I suppose. This is very, very subtle, but I think it's doing what I needed it to do. And I was not expecting all the speckling and stuff on the other scales, but that's okay. Randy and I have just been calling this one the glow spiral. Again, naming rights go to whoever takes it home. They can call it whatever they want. More dry brushing. I'm an engineer, but creatively I like to practice my drafting and technical drawing. I paint cars and like to do watercolor landscapes too. Well, that's cool. Once I feel pretty good about the high tones, then I think I'm going to start in on, I'm going to do like an antique wash. But I'll really want to have this nice and dry first, because I learned on the other one that if I don't let that acrylic paint dry, then it's just going to kind of lift itself off, if that makes sense. Fortunately, we've got the air going on it. So I think what I may do is whenever lunch is ready, I'm gonna end the stream and we'll go eat lunch. That'll give this paint plenty of opportunity to dry. And then I'm gonna be setting up my airbrush, and we may, I don't know if it'll be on this channel or if it'll be on the main channel. We'll go live again and be doing some airbrushing. But that way I can take my time with getting it set up on the porch, let this dry, all that good stuff. Because I'm going to be trying my best to be consistent about live streaming here on this channel, but also leading up to Dragon Con and just to build awareness of this channel, I'm going to be streaming some over on the main channel as well. Just to hopefully get as many folks who are interested in our dragon heads to just let them know that we've got dragon heads. Come see them at Dragon. We'll be in the dealer's room on the first floor right across from the ladies' restroom of America's Mart Building 3. So if you drink a lot of water, like stay hydrated, you'll find us. My main channel is just Back to Earth Creations. This one is the Back to Earth Creations Live. We've just started it because I want to be able to do some like impromptu live streams and different things like this. But the algorithm seems to be dismayed whenever they do anything over on the main channel. And we've got some folks who are like, I'm never going to watch one of your 6-hour live streams. I just don't care. But I do like your tutorials. So I was like, all right, well, I've gotten that feedback enough times that, you know, I'll try it. I'll try it here on this new channel and see how things go. But don't know till we try, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I've just got to keep moving forward and find what works and find what doesn't and just keep tweaking. So this is me tweaking. Trying to find they say your vibe attracts your tribe. And I'm looking for my people. People who, you know, like dragon heads, I guess. Whereas on our main channel, the main focus over there really is jewelry, which I like, but I don't like getting pigeonholed creatively, because I love making jewelry, but I also love sculpting and painting and dressing up. But I also like keeping my bills paid, so it's a tricky balance. What do you think of that, baby? Is it looking good? I think I'm going to let it dry, and we will set up the, I'll set up the airbrush on the porch and move the streaming setup out there for after breakfast. Beautiful chain, but holes are the size of a grain of sand. I made jump rings out of pear wire, silver filled, but it's soft filled. Maybe going with a stainless steel, or maybe using like a wrapped link. Yeah, I'd get the 20 gauge 1/8 inch from the Ring Lord. They're a little bit more expensive, like they're quite expensive, but whenever it comes to teeny tiny rings, stainless steel is the way to go. If you want it to be able to like hold its own. Okay, I'm going to consider all of these freckles just character. Instead of I'll go through and touch them up when it's all said and done. But I'm going to let this dry. I will see you guys back either here or on our main channel, Back to Earth Creations, for the next stage whenever we're doing some airbrushing. So thank you guys for stopping by. I will see you next time. So until then, happy crafting. Mwah. Bye.